Hey there guys, this is GT5Man21 and today I'm going to be doing something today that I did on Jersey Willows the past 2 years because it's around about that time again. So today I'm going to be doing my F1 2015 driver predictions. It's getting around that time again because it's August and it's 3 months till the end of the Formula 1 season. So yeah, I might as well tell you my driver predictions and who I believe will end up going elsewhere this season. So, without further ado, let's get on with it. So, we're going to go down in Constructors' Championship order, if you want. And so, we're going to start off with Mercedes. Don't need to talk about them because they've confirmed their driver lineup already of Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. Pair of them doing a good job. Nico obviously increasing his contract with Mercedes, and I believe soon Lewis will also do the same as well, as he's also been asking for a contract extension with Mercedes. So yeah, we'll be seeing Rosberg and Hamilton at Mercedes again next year. So that's Mercedes done. Moving on to Red Bull. Also, don't need to talk about them because they have also confirmed their driver lineup of Daniel Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel, so keeping the same driver lineup. Ricciardo obviously earning that seat because he did a fantastic job this season. In my mind, he's equaled, Valtteri Bottas of most impressed driver this season, so he deserves a stay at Red Bull. And Sebastian Vettel, although there's been rumours about him leaving to go to Ferrari, I can't see that happening because he's still got one more year on his contract with Red Bull, so he'll stay because he is getting quite close to getting a win eventually. So plus that he is quite loyal to Red Bull as well. So yeah, that's Red Bull done. So moving on to Ferrari. Now, we don't need to talk about them because they've already confirmed their driver lineup of Kimi Raikkonen and Fernando Alonso. Although there's been rumours that the pair of them will be leaving the team, that's less likely because Kimi Raikkonen hinted that he will stay at Ferrari next year, and had hinted a recent rumour. He'd hinted that he would be, after his contract expires at the end of 2015 with Ferrari, he hinted that he would be retiring from Formula 1 at the end of 2015. So, yeah, and Fernando Alonso, although there's been rumours about him moving to elsewhere like McLaren, I think McLaren will probably already have two men that probably won't be Fernando Alonso for next year. And plus that, there's not really any teams that Fernando can go to, really, because Mercedes have been taken. McLaren will probably have theirs taken up, which will probably not include him. Red Bull's been taken, Williams has been taken, Force India has been taken, and I'm pretty sure probably Lotus will probably be taken as well. But yeah, that's Ferrari, so I believe they'll keep their drivers as well, as confirmed on Wikipedia. Yeah, we're losing Wikipedia on this one. Moving on to Williams, don't need to talk about them. They've already confirmed their driver lineup of Felipe Massa and Valtteri Bottas. Massa, I think he deserves to stay because, let's be honest, he's done a good job this year. Despite retiring a number of times, the pace is still there. He still has pace, so even though he's not getting to the end of the races, he still has the pace to do a good job. So Massa will definitely stay. Valtteri Bottas, yes, he deserves to stay because he's done a fantastic job this year, equaling Daniel Ricciardo of probably driver of the year this season because he's done an amazing job. And Valtteri, as in a lot of people's mind, is the future champion of Formula 1. So yeah, I think so they'll keep their drivers. Moving on to Force India, they're also keeping their drivers of Sergio Perez and Nico Hülkenberg. Sergio Perez, yes, he deserves to stay. He's done a good job as well. Maybe not in the same pace as his teammate, but still doing a good job nonetheless, so he deserves to stay at Force India. And Nico Hülkenberg, although a lot of people have been saying he needs to be in a top team right now, let's be honest, pretty much nearly all the top teams are going, and to be honest, he's in the best seat right now, Force India, because if he took that Lotus drive, we probably wouldn't be seeing him doing a good job this year, and he's apart from the previous race in Hungary, he's scored points in every race. So yeah, Nico Hülkenberg does deserve to stay at Force India because there's not really anywhere else he can go, and plus that Force India are doing a good job this year. So yeah, he'll stay at Force India. Moving on to McLaren. Now this is a team that haven't confirmed their driver lineup yet. I can see Jenson Button staying. I think Jenson will stay for another year because, like Lewis Hamilton, he's quite loyal to McLaren, and plus I think McLaren do deserve a British driver in the team anyway. in the likes of Jenson Button. But to be honest, I can't see Kevin Magnussen staying at the team because although he did a good job at the beginning of the season, his pace has been dropping off massively. So I really cannot see him staying at the team next season. So to be honest, I think because this year they brought in a rookie, which was Daniel Ricciardo, obviously. Not Daniel Ricciardo, what am I trying to say? Kevin Magnussen. I think they'll also bring another rookie in, and I think he'll also be a Brit as well, to have another British lineup. And I believe it will be Oliver Turvey that might take the place from Kevin Magnussen, because Oliver, I think, he's obviously the McLaren test driver, but he's also done a good job in testing as well for McLaren. So I think it'll be great if he's in Formula 1 next year, and McLaren should give him a chance to shine as well, especially with the Honda engine that they're coming with next year. I think Oliver and Jenson will do a good job helping to develop that engine and hopefully get it up there with Mercedes and be one of the quickest engines. In my opinion, I think a lot of us do want McLaren versus Mercedes. I think that's what everybody wants. In my opinion, I do want that because I support both teams. So, yeah, so that's McLaren done. Now moving on to Toro Rosso. Now, I don't need to talk about them to... they haven't confirmed their driver lineup, but to be honest, I can see them keeping their drivers, to be honest, of Jean-Eric Vergne and Daniel Kvyat. Tried to pronounce his name there. Jean-Eric, he's done a good job, even though there has been some reliability issues, but the guy is quick, and he probably needs to stay with the team another year before maybe even Raikkonen or possibly Vettel, maybe even Hamilton as well, gets out of the Mercedes, Ferrari or Red Bull place in order for Jean-Eric Vergne to get into the team. And Daniel Kvyat, he's still got a lot to prove, and he's done a good job as well, despite the reliability issues that Toro Rosso have had this season. So the pair of them do deserve another stay at the team, so I think they'll keep both Vergne and Kvyat at the team next season. Moving on to Lotus, the team who's had a terrible season this year, but I think they'll come back next year thanks to the Mercedes engine that they'll have this year. They've already confirmed Pastor Maldonado will be staying at the team, and to be honest, I think Romain Grosjean will also stay at the team as well. Alex Zafro said he probably might go to McLaren, but to be honest, I don't think McLaren... I don't think he's got the best money right now for McLaren to invest in him. So I think the only choice for Grosjean is to probably stay at Lotus and hopefully develop Lotus with that Mercedes engine. And I think, to be honest, I think Lotus will do a good job this year, and I think they'll bounce back. And Pastor Maldonado, I know a lot of people have been saying that he needs to be kicked out because of his dirty driving. That is, the dirty driving is true, I can't deny that, but it doesn't deny the fact that he is a good driver. He's just had a rough year this year, especially with tipping over Esteban Gutierrez. So Pastor does deserve to stay because I still think he's still got a lot to prove, and plus I think, like we've seen in 2013, I think he can learn from his mistakes. So so that's Lotus done. So moving on to Marussia. Marussia now. To be honest, Jules Bianchi, I know a lot of people, I think they'll keep their driver lineup as well of Max Chilton. Max Chilton's still got a lot to prove as he's doing okay, so I think Marussia should give him another chance. And Jules Bianchi, although people have been saying he should be at Ferrari next year if one of the two, Fernando or Kimi, leaves, but to be honest, there's nowhere else. I don't think they'll leave, and to be honest, there's nowhere Jules can go because Jules is quite loyal to Ferrari, and if Kimi or Fernando leave, which is probably more likely going to be Kimi next year, then Jules will probably step up to the plate. So, to be honest, I think he'll spend another year at Marussia, and then when Kimi potentially retires at the end of the year with Ferrari, then Jules will probably step into that Ferrari seat because he is quite loyal to the team. Now, moving on to Sauber, they've had a dreadful year this year, and I think they're hoping to bounce back next year. I don't know whether they're keeping the Ferrari engine because I don't think they've confirmed their engine next year. But I think they'll keep the Ferrari engine, and hopefully Ferrari will develop that engine to make it even better than what it has been this year, because it has been, although it has been more reliable than Renault, it's quite slow, the Ferrari engine, compared to Renault and obviously Mercedes. And maybe if they're not careful next year, if they keep this up, maybe even Honda. So, Yeah, so Sauber, I can see Esteban Gutierrez staying because he is getting quite close to the points. But this is the thing. I don't know whether what's trying to think of his name now because I've forgotten. Yeah, that's it. Adrian Sutil. I can't at the moment. He's not doing a good job, and to be honest, I wouldn't be so surprised if he doesn't stay next year. So I think Adrian. I think he'll be out the job at this rate. So yeah, I think that's that with Esteban Gutierrez. I think that. But his teammate, I really can't see that woman who's the test driver for them. I can't remember who her name is, for God's sake. I know she's Swiss, but I just can't remember her name. I don't think she'll get the job just yet, just because I think she needs to try and get a super license first of all. I don't know whether she has a super license or not, and I think she's still got a lot more to prove before she can get into that Sauber seat. So, to be honest, I can probably see Guido van der Garde returning to the team, or even maybe Kevin Magnussen. But to be honest, I can see it more likely to be Guido van der Garde. I think it'll be nice if he returned to the grid with Sauber, because I think he is also doing a good job with the team as well, despite that failure he had at trying to think what it's called now, Spain. I think Guido, because he is the test driver at Sauber, I think he'll do a good job at Sauber. So I think Guido will end up at Sauber, or if not him, then maybe Kevin Magnussen. One of the two, I don't know. I'm undecided. Please, you can put down in the comments who you think should be at that Sauber seat, either Guido van der Garde or Kevin Magnussen, because I don't think Kevin will stay at McLaren, and I don't think that woman will, whoever her name is. Someone correct me in the comments who that woman's name is, who's the Sauber test driver, because I haven't got a clue who her name is. I really can't see her getting the seat just yet. I think she's still got a bit more to prove before she can get into Formula 1. So, yeah, that's Sauber. Now moving on to the last team, which is Caterham. Now, Caterham are probably having their worst year, mainly because Marussia have beaten them to get their first points. And Caterham, I believe they are getting close to their first points. They came close in Monaco. But driver lineup, I think Kamui Kobayashi will stay at the team because he brings a lot of investment into to Caterham, and plus that he's probably a popular figure on the grid as well. Kobayashi is. So I think he'll stay, but I really can't see Marcus Ericsson staying. He hasn't done a very good job this year, so I wouldn't be surprised if Marcus gets kicked out of the team and even out of the business, to be honest, seeing as there's hardly any seats available. So, to be honest, I can't see Alexander Rossi probably replacing him. I don't think Alexander Rossi will replace him, because although he does have the F1 super license, there has been rumours of him being at Haas Racing in 2016, so I think he'll probably remain as the Caterham test driver for now in 2015, and then when Haas comes in 2016, then he'll probably make the step into Formula 1 with Haas Racing, because they are an American team, and I think at the moment, I think Haas Racing are only looking at a full American lineup right now, and I think Alexander Rossi will probably be one of the guys who will probably step up to the plate. So I can't really see Caterham having Alexander Rossi. So to be honest, I think Robin Vergins might get the place, the young Dutchman, because he's done a good job in the testing, especially with Sauber as well. So I can see Robin Vergins getting the seat at Caterham instead of Alexander Rossi and Marcus Ericsson. So yeah, that's my driver lineup. So quickly, let's go through the driver lineup again of my prediction. So at Mercedes, I believe it's Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. Red Bull, Daniel Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel. Ferrari, Kimi Räikkönen and Fernando Alonso. Williams, Felipe Massa and Valtteri Bottas. Force India, Sergio Perez and Nico Hülkenberg. McLaren, I believe will still have Jenson Button, and I believe he'll be partnered up with rookie Oliver Turvey. Toro Rosso, I believe, will keep their driving lineup of Jean-Eric Vergne and Daniel Kvyat. Lotus, I believe, will keep their drivers of Romain Grosjean and Pastor Maldonado. Marussia, I believe they'll also keep their driver lineup of Max Chilton and Jules Bianchi. Sauber, I believe they'll keep Esteban Gutierrez, but I don't think Adrian Sutter will stay, so I believe it'll either be Guido van der Garde or Kevin Magnussen. And then at Caterham, I believe it will be Kamui Kobayashi, who I hope will stay at the team, and I believe he'll be joined by Robin Vergins. So, yeah, that's my F1 2014 drive prediction. If you want to put down your predictions of who you think will be F1 will be in next year's F1, then please put down in the comments. I would love to read your comments on who you think will be in each team next year in F1. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I've been GT Farmer 21, and I'll speak to you next time. Cheers. Well, and next video actually. So anyway, cheers.